Record. Okay, so I'm going to run straight in. If anybody has got any questions regarding the induction, if you want to go in the chat and ask some questions, I'm sure Claire will answer them for you. Also, we will have a session towards the end if you want to ask any questions. So I hope that all did make sense. There was a lot of information, really informative, loads and loads of top tips there. But we're going to move on now to our Matrix Motivation Monday meeting. Okay, guys, so first of all, I would like to say a massive welcome. Some new faces on here this evening, I see. So welcome to the Matrix group. We have an amazing team with some fantastic leaders that really are all about sharing and leading the way. And we have a fantastic team synergy where everybody will help one another. And even not in our team, we've got people outside of our team in the Vista group as well that's prepared to help out. So it is our weekly dose of motivation, inspiration, and the tools to get more done. We didn't get time last week, did we, to do our offline Flying Start program. So we're going to run through this. We can get it videoed and then we can use it for reference for those of you that really want to take your business offline with your catalogues and really understand how we can develop our business through those catalogues. So our Flying Start program for offline selling with our catalogues, and it is all about how to build and service a customer base to create you an income for life. I'm just going to pop you on mute, Claire. Okay, so we know that in the business there are 3 ways to earn your money. 3 core behaviours to succeed with Oriflame. And the first one of those is all about recommending products, and we can sell through our catalogues, the personal beauty store, which Claire has just explained in our induction so eloquently. There's so many ways that you can use that now. And with our brand new VIP customer concept, absolutely exciting. So we can use the online side and the offline side as well to build our business, and then we can share this opportunity. We can invite others to sell and we can help them to get started as beauty consultants, and we start building momentum in our business. And then we can take that next step to mentorship, where we can share what we know, coaching beauty consultants into fabulous leaders. And what an amazing, rewarding job. It's not a job, is it? It's just such an opportunity that is. It's lovely to see people being successful. Okay, so we know that we can recommend our products through many of our different retail activities. Claire's just talked about your selling group, the online parties. You can become an influencer on Instagram. We have our personal use. We have our Facebook Live. I think Jackie's on tonight, our Facebook queen, and there's a fabulous training all about Facebook Lives with Jackie. We have our offline parties and workshop. And again, Pauline's on tonight. Pauline's our expert in offline parties and workshop. And there's a fabulous training if you want to have a look at that. Danielle did us a fabulous training on your selling group just last week or the week before. So all of the training is here for you to access. What we want to do tonight is to just go over more of the offline side. So your catalogues with friends and family, the family pack, presenting, tap and tell, doorstop demos, and the blanket drop-in. Okay, so your catalogues and those are offline activities, as I've just said. I'm going to run through friends and family. I'm going to run through the family and friends pack. We have our guest speaker on tonight who is going to be sharing with us all about presenting. So I'm not sure whether you've caught her in our audience, but Kerry Davies is joined us tonight because Kerry is an expert in presenting, and we want you to have the best information possible. So Kerry's going to be sharing with us some information about presenting. I'll carry on then and do some blanket drop training with you and talk about doorstop demos. So just a little bit on family, friends and neighbours and work colleagues. You will get in your starter pack 1 catalogue. I do suggest that you get more catalogues, okay, so that you've got a physical copy of those catalogues. Some people like to actually have something to hold in their hands. Some people are quite happy looking online, and we can use both methods. We have a physical catalogue and we've got that catalogue link. We simply need to pass those catalogues and links to everyone that we know. The people that trust you. Okay, so we start with the friends and families and neighbours and work colleagues because they know you, they trust you, they will help you, they will support you. And that really is what's going to get you off to the fastest start possible in your business. Okay, I'm taking my catalogues into work. I'm getting some fabulous orders from work colleagues. And, you know, it's fabulous to be able to share the products with the people that we know and love as well. Our friends and family pack. Okay, so how does that work? We have various different flyers. This is just one of them that we can use in our packs as a flyer, something that we can give to people. This one, for example, says to them, would you like £50 to spend on Oriflame products as a thank you for loyal customers throughout the year? So this is one that we use at Christmas. It gives them an opportunity to get £50 worth of products for free. What they will do is they will take a couple of packs of catalogues to their friends and families. They will come back with the orders. You will process the orders, and the profit that that creates, they get to spend then on Oriflame products for themselves, which again increases the volume of your sales. So, you know, it's a win-win all round. It's going to open up new customers for you. It's going to give them an opportunity to get something for free, and everybody loves a freebie, don't they? So, you know, this is a fabulous way of rippling out that momentum. So we go with friends and family, and then who do they know? And you know what? We live in such a small world, really, don't we? Because it is amazing who knows who. And, you know, we have our own friends and family, then they have their own friends and family, and they have their own friends and family. And before you know it, you're hitting thousands and thousands of people, aren't you? Okay, so one of the reasons why it works is it's going to build some customer loyalty. It's always lovely to give something back. It's going to get you more volume. So if you're going for a bigger bonus, or you wanting to move up the pay plan, the success plan, it's going to give you that volume to move, okay? It's also going to find you those new customers, and that's great, you know, because we can then, with now the VIP concept as well, we can open that up for them to become VIP customers. So that's, you know, a great way of, you know, rippling out and getting that online presence out there with our VIP customers. It's a great way to introduce people to the simplicity of the business. So it's a way of also helping people to understand our business, and you know what, they might just join. If they get enough sales from their first lot of family and friendly orders, they register as a beauty consultant, they could even get their first welcome reward. So, you know, it's a win-win all round for everyone. And, you know, it is a great way of introducing the business concept. So I am at this stage going to hand over to the beautiful Kerry Davies, who's very, very kindly, you know, said yes. Kerry, if you don't know, is one of the recent qualifiers to Ibiza. She's sold over 30 skincare sets. She is one of the top sellers of skincare in Western Europe. So top expert on selling skincare sets. Her highest income from her catalogue sales without her team is £896. And that is just from the catalogues without a team, guys. That's just amazing. Kerry is the presenting expert. You know, this is something that I haven't done myself. I understand it. And, you know, actually, Kerry's really inspired me this evening after our chat to maybe go and have a go at this. And I'm sure she'll absolutely inspire you too. We talk about being the expert, and Kerry is certainly our expert in this area of our business. So, Kerry, I'm going to hand over to you.
Okay, thanks. Okay, so yeah, thank you, Helen. I'm completely embarrassed, nervous, but here we go. I'll do what I can for you. So yeah, I guess, how do we do it? Can you guys hear me all right as well? Yeah. Yeah, okay, cool. So how do I do it? So I've kind of been doing this quite a while now, so I know kind of what times are best to go out, which I'll share with you, because there are better times which you will get better results and more people in. How long to leave with people? I generally only give people 24 hours the first time round, and then after that they get 48 hours. After that, after the about 5-6 drops, they then fall into my catalogue customer base, which then is drop on a Friday, pick up on a Monday. What to take? So I've shared a few items here. Actually, these are probably the top 5 items that I take with me every time. I went out last night and forgot my orange hand cream. It's just a real hit. Like, all of these that I take with me sell on the door instantly, and generally I'll go back and there's an order. But I try and take not so much the lip balm now, but that was the first thing I ever bought from Oriflame. But I take the Tender Care pot with me, and I share that with them because obviously it's really popular and it's the one thing they've not touched or changed in 50 years. I take a perfume that's on offer, and I also take a hand cream. The reason being, guys, people like to smell things, people like to try things before they buy. It gives them the confidence in what they're looking at in the book. When you go and knock on their door, write on your notepad. I use NI for not in, for speed. No means no. A tick in the book means they've had a book. And again, even if I'm presenting, there's still a slip that goes in the book and lets them know I'm collecting tomorrow. I just work with tomorrow slips when I'm presenting, speeds things up a bit. Okay, next, Helen. Have you got the
Kerry,
clicker?
could you just mention a little bit about the slip that you use also when you do the last drop before?
Yeah, so when I do the last drop letter, I know we're kind of taught to do 6 drops, especially between now and Christmas. So on that very last drop that you do, I put a slip through the door and it goes through separately, and it literally just said something like, notice you've not ordered from us, not sure why, we're number 1 or in Europe, 2nd in the world next to Clinique. And then I say, would you still like me to continue dropping you a book? And it's either yes, no, but I've also added every 3 months, Christmas only, and borrow bag trial. By doing these 3 things, I'm actually still getting customers and keeping customers as well. And even people that have never tried the products, when they try the borrow bag, I've gone back. Like, I still feel quite nervous going back, and I'm like, what do you think? And they're like, I love it all. So it does work, guys. It really does. Okay, so there is a way of presenting. I generally knock on the door, don't use the bell, because I just find people will generally hear the knock. Smile, cheer up. You know, you are the face of not only your business but Oriflame as well. And all I simply say is, hi, sorry to bother you, my name's Kerry, I live just around the corner, I'm just giving you a copy of your catalogue for the evening, feel free to have a look, leave it down here, and I point to where I want them to leave it for me tomorrow, and I'll pick it up. Have a great evening, bye. You kind of want to get away from that door, not rush in, but as quickly as you can, unless they're quite willing to chat with you. Then of course chat with them and share, you know, maybe a couple of items with them. I tend to mention skin, if they're chatty with me, I'll mention skincare as quickly as I can. I used to give everybody a sample. Now I'm a bit more fussy and picky with who I give the sample to. But if I'm talking with them about anything at all, they will get the skincare sample given to them as well. I have the book down the side of me so they can't see it. If I stand at the door with it in my hand, I look like a salesperson. I'm not selling them anything, I'm just giving them a book. And the words your catalogue are so important. If you say the catalogue, if you say a catalogue, if you say Oriflame catalogue, they won't take it from you. It's got to be your catalogue. People think they're getting something just for them, and it works. So yeah, that's all I share. And smile. Okay, next. Okay, so why would you present your catalogue? So I've never presented, well, I think I've blanket dropped twice and I'll never do it again. It's hard work, but the reason I've always presented is people buy from you. Like, we all get stuff thrown through our door and we just throw it to one side, whereas people remember even to leaving the book out. Oh, that lady dropped that book by, we must remember to leave it out. They know who you are from the word go. You will also get quicker results of orders. It's just a quicker way of doing this. People will buy because of you, not just because of the product. And also it gives you the opportunity to let them try the product straight away, whereas before, if you're blanket dropping, they've obviously not got the chance to do that. You are less likely to lose catalogues for exactly that reason of they're not just having something thrown through the door and they pick it up when they walk in and leave it on the side. And because of how quickly, this whole thing, I mean, although it will spill that seed up building your customer base, which it will, because, and I'll share how many numbers really that you need to do in a second. But you'll earn more money in a quicker way as well, and you will do less legwork, which I'm all for that, to be honest. And also the reason I like the presenting is because it's very you have to go through less numbers. And personally, if you're new and you're building a customer base, I found it when I did it, the couple of times I did it, was quite disheartening when I picked up a load of catalogues with no orders in, whereas the ratio is much higher, considering the numbers you're putting out. You have also got the option to convert these customers to VIP, and me and Helen were chatting about this earlier, and she said, are you converting any of them? Some of them, yes. Some of them, like, I may not mention it, but if I've got people ordering £10, £15 for me, or £20 every campaign for me, I'd rather them order every other campaign and get the benefits that they're going to get for themselves, because they're Oriflame's offering things that I can't offer them. Especially with the reward scheme and the skincare going on auto ship, and also like the extra 5%. And I've gone and sat with my customers who've gone through it, and they're quite happy to do it this way as well. And their fear is that they'll lose me or that I'll lose out, which is lovely. And again, this is why it's so powerful to almost present your catalogues, because the friendships that you build straight away from that word go will then enable you to get them converting to VIP, because obviously long term our power is in our team building and not so much cataloguing, as much as I'm quite happy doing it. But yeah, it just gives you that initial response. And any orders now that I'm having come through, I've had a couple of orders that I've collected today, one of £38 and one of 40. I don't really want to put them through on my account, so I'm going to go and chat with them, because what they'll realise is actually those points I could maybe get some free gifts that I can then give for Christmas presents. So it is powerful for us. Next. Okay, so does it work? Yes is the answer. So these are actual example results that I shared this time last year, and it just gives you a couple of examples. So I worked on as many books as I could at a particular time, but for example, I take a couple, 8 books, dropped 3 new customers, £29.90 orders. I did another road, 13 books dropped, 3 new customers, £49.17 orders. Take road 4, 16 books dropped, 7 new customers, £110 in orders. So over those 5 roads, I dropped 78 books, I gained 20 new customers, and there was nearly £300 in sales. So it really is worth it. And I went out last night, guys, and I dropped 15 catalogues. I collected 13, so 2 more to come in, and there was 3 customers, £43 in orders. So everything I'm sharing with you, even though they were last year's results, the results will still be the same. It doesn't matter when you go out. And is it really worth you building a customer base? Well, this gives you an example. I mean, Helen's just mentioned my highest personal retail, which was, a crazy figure. But was it worth it? Yes, of course. And we were chatting about this, and we said, was this around Christmas? And actually the answer was no. This actually happened around Mother's Day. We had the Mother's Day sets, but it actually wasn't the Mother's Day sets that did it for me. It was the 10 skincare sets in 3 weeks. But again, this was just me being personable with people, and and sharing the wealth and knowledge of the product, so to speak. But because you naturally build that rapport from day one, it's very easy to chat with people about, you know, the skincare, the wellness, or a particular product because you've met them from the word go. Next. Okay, so some of you guys may have seen this on the Vista group. This is kind of what we recommend as a presenting catalogue planner. This is something that I've worked with for ages now. I generally try and aim to get at least 20 out, but to make you safe and in the magic zone, as we call it, and where you will really get results, is to work with 30 catalogues. And it will take you an hour, maybe 2 hours, maybe 2.5 tops. It depends how chatty people are with you. So they've not obviously on this plan, Saturdays, Sundays included, but Sunday afternoon I actually find works really well for me, although people are going back to work tomorrow, like on the Monday. People are quite happy to chat with you. But if you work on a basis that you're going to get 30 out at least 5 times a week, you will start to see results, and especially at this time of year with Christmas coming, people will naturally buy from you, especially when it's dropped on their door and they've not got to go anywhere, and then it just turns out you just work with 30 catalogues in. And again, it's a much easier way than doing, you know, maybe 100 catalogues at a time. But as you can see, there are 150 catalogues a week. Average sales, we reckon roughly £250 a week. So yeah, it does work, guys, I can tell you that now. Okay, so same kind of scenario with the catalogues, but if you're working with them full time, you can take the scenario of going out 8 in the morning, coming back at 12. Okay, so this will take you longer during the day because obviously more people are at work and less people are at home, but it still works. And you just keep going until you've done the numbers game. But if you want to go out, I personally, if it was me, I used to go out between 5 and 8. You know, in the summer I'd go till 9 o'clock. But to me, going out between 5 and 8, most people are around. Next. Yeah, so I guess have a go. What have you got to lose? Do you know, even last night when I went out, and I've knocked on probably thousands, maybe a million houses now, but I still get nervous. It's funny, I went out last night and I sat in my car for like 10 minutes just playing on my phone. I was like, just get out of your car and get on with it. But the results override my fear of doing it, if that makes sense. And when you go back and you get orders, like I kind of look at it and I say to everybody that does it, don't worry what that order's worth. Like, even if you get a £3 order, it doesn't matter, because they may just want to try a mascara, they may just want to try a lip balm, but then once they like something, you've built their confidence in the product, you'll start naturally seeing them order more. So all you're doing at the moment is finding customers, and even if you found 10 customers a week, if that's 6 months, that's 60 customers. Well, yeah, that's a lot of customers. Hell of a lot of customers, and it will build nicely. But as I say to everybody, like, Rome wasn't built in a day, and nor is building a customer base, but it's worth it. Yeah.
Oh,
I hope that helps.
Brilliant. Thanks so much for that, Kerry. There's so much knowledge in that and so many tips again. Okay. Just for those of you that don't know you, I just want to ask a couple of questions, because it might be some questions that people are thinking. So Kerry, could you just answer, how long is it that you've been in the business for?
Okay, so joined Oriflame at the end of May last year, but I really only got going with it when I decided I better put my foot down this time last year, so probably a year.
About a year you've been presenting. So from that, do you do the business full time or part time? Do you know what's your routine? Do you have children? You know, you've got a job?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. It broke up.
Sorry. Do you have a job? Do you do this full time? Do you have children?
Yeah. So I now run the business full time. Yeah. So I used to I used to work full time in the city, so I started my presenting days around a full time job. Again, was it easy? No, not really. I sort of come in and wrap up warm and fly back out again, just to sort of do an hour and a half before it went dark. But then it enabled me to quit the job in the city, and then I worked locally for a bit, so I was no longer paying £450 for my commuting fees, and my 3 to 4 hour daily commute was no more. And then, a year ago this month, to the day, I think it might be, full time.
Wow, that's brilliant. £450 commute, oh my word. Okay, so do you do all of your sales from presenting, or do you use any other methods other than presenting?
No, to be honest, pretty much all of my orders come from catalogues. I can do online, but I just prefer being face to face with the customer. And like now, I'll just talk to anybody about it. And I've even got to a point where I'm now getting new customers from petrol stations and in the swimming pool when where I'm swimming, and it's challenging to try and remember their house number and name of the road when you get out of the pool. But just talk to everybody and you'll naturally find customers. And I mean, I've got a young lady with me, and we were sort of having a bit of banter between us all, and I think she took some catalogues in Sainsbury's the other day, and I sort of joked going to drop them into someone's trolley, and she did. So, you never know who's going to end up with an orphan catalogue and thinks, oh, this is nice, so it works. But just talk to everybody about it.
No, that's brilliant. And would you say, how many customers would you say you have now that you've built from doing this? You've managed your customer base. How many customers?
So I reckon I've got about 200, 250 with maybe another 50 on another list.
Okay. And how much sales does that give you averagely every campaign?
So I reckon it averages between 1,000 to 1,500 every 3 weeks in sales.
That's amazing, because they're proper Oriflame customers that know you and know the products and bought into you. Okay, so is there anything else that you'd like to share? Any top tips for us, Kerry?
I didn't know if that was a question.
Yeah, do you want to share any other top tips, or is anybody
it keeps
got any questions that they'd like to ask Kerry? I'm going to put.
I want to share anything else.
Just, Kerry, can I have a quick question? When you're presenting, do you present every single time, even to your customers? Every campaign?
Do you mean do I present every campaign with new customers?
Yeah, so if somebody bought from your last campaign and they're a customer, when you go again next time, do you present again, or do you just put it through the letterbox?
Yeah, I've lost sound.
She just puts it through the letterbox. I did ask that question before. After the first presenting, next time she goes back, she just pushes it through. Right. The initial presenting is really...
The second time around, it goes through the door.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. And then with the newsletter as well, if need be.
Brilliant. Oh, well, you're building a fabulous business. You're an absolute superstar. Thank you so much for giving up part of your evening for us. There's some lovely comments. If everybody puts the comments in the chat, I will copy them over to you later from everybody.
Thank you.
It's lovely to have some training from the expert, somebody that knows what they're talking about, somebody that's walking the walk and doing the do. So thank you so much for that, Kerry. Kerry's that popular, she needs to pop off because she's in demand tonight. She's also been asked to do some training for the Vista Group as well. So thank you so much for fitting us into your very busy schedule and sharing your with us. And we shall probably see you at the TV.
I'll probably get shot, but it's fine.
Oh, brilliant. Well, thank you so much, Kerry, and we shall see you soon.
You're very welcome.
Bye.
Yeah, thank you, Helen.
Thank you, lovey. If anybody does want to put any comments in the chat, I will copy them over to Kerry later. I know she's got to shoot because she's in demand with the Vista group. Okay, so we shall carry on with our training. So what I want to move on to now is the blanket drop-in. So for those of you that go, oh, there's no way I could do that, we've just heard the amazing results that Kerry's had. Another alternative to this business is using the blanket drop-in system. So we have a 5-step flying start system. Myself and Andrew have used this system to build a fabulous customer base. I love being out and about. I love being out and about with the catalogues. I'm not sure when I first started whether I would have ever been confident enough to go and knock on a door and present. I could absolutely do that now. But for those of you maybe that are a little bit shy and you want to start somewhere, this is a fabulous way of starting. So our 5 steps start program is basically step 1 is preparing your catalogues, slips. Step 2 is you're planning your first drop. Step 3 is delivering and collecting your catalogues. Step 4 is placing an order, and step 5 is delivering the products. I think somebody is unmuted somewhere. Okay, so this system has been put onto the Vista Group resources website. There are little training videos, there's loads of tips, all the master copies of slips and everything that you'll need to use are on there. They're also in the files section of the Matrix group. So all of the catalogue slips and everything are in there for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk through those 5 steps, okay? Preparing your catalogues and slips and your retailing book is your first step, okay? So get ready to go, basically. You need to print your catalogue slips off. Now, we always suggest using a tomorrow slip when you first get started, because you know what? It's always tomorrow. And so you don't have to print loads and loads of different slips off that say Monday or Wednesday or Friday. You can literally pick them up and redrop them the same day. Now, obviously, it will depend on your plan and it will depend on what you're doing, but this is simply the best way to maximise the books and get them out working for you. Okay. So you need to also print your order forms so that you've got those to go in. You can order them from Oriflame. The little boxes are quite small, so we have developed one that the boxes are a little bit bigger. Helps for the elderly ladies that can't, you know, fit their writing in the little small boxes. On here, we're letting them know who we are, so they've got your details when you drop the order off. They know who to recontact for next orders that they want, so when they want to reorder something. And then it is really sort of about preparing those catalogues, making them look nice. Your catalogues are your shop window. So we always suggest putting the order form on the front so that you can see it when you're picking them up, with the day slip over the top of that so that the customer knows when you're coming back for them. They also know who you are. It's got your name and details on there. So here is a little video of how to put your catalogues together. It's not rocket science, but you know what? There's always tips to make it a little bit easier. Make sure that you print your callback slips so that you've got those for when you go and pick the catalogues up. If people are not in and they've not left them on the doorstep, you want them to know that you've called back for the catalogues. It's our way of communicating that we are regular and we are reliable and that we've called for the catalogue when we said we were going to call for it. So make sure you have plenty of those slips available. And then you'll need to prepare what we call your retailing book. So this is where you are going to log where you've been, where you've collected from, who's ordered from you. It's going to become your Bible. So you need to keep it nice and neat, nice and organised, and follow the system that we show you so that we can all help and support you. Now, step 2 is all about planning that first drop. So as a new distributor, what you need to think about is you need to think about when you're going to go, where you're going to go to, and what it is that you need to take with you. Again, there's a little video on our resources website, goes into a little bit more detail on this. But let's have a little think about when. So we have a blank week, okay? And we're looking about when we're going to go. So what I suggest is that you get 3 copies of this. So we've got 1 for each week of the campaign, so you can plan your whole campaign out. You're going to cross off the time that you've got commitment. So if you work, cross off that time when you're working. Add in things like your meetings, any kids activities that you've got going on, and now you can see the pockets of time that you've got available. So you can plot your drops, you can plot your collections, you can plot all of your deliveries and when you're going to bag up, so that you are all organised with everything that you need to do. We have a delivery schedule, so you can plan your routine to maximise the delivery schedule that we've got, so that you know when you're putting your order on, when your delivery is going to come, so you can let your customers know when to expect their delivery. Now, obviously, one of the important things that we will need to remember as well is our catalogue codes and the dates to help you plan your business. So you need to make sure that when you're putting your orders on, that you have your catalogues ready. So have to hand your catalogue codes, and that will help you to plan as well the dates of when the catalogues need to be here for the next campaign. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. But as a part-time catalogue, okay, so this is a sort of a part-time plan, if you like, somebody that's got a job. And here we've planned for them to go and put out 100 catalogues in the evenings and of the weekend, and to collect in from the day before and to do the stragglers. Now, what we're finding is, on average, okay, 500 catalogues a week is going to bring in about £250 worth of sales. So the difference here is you are going to cover larger numbers compared to what you are presenting, okay? So Kerry talked about 30 catalogues a day. Okay, with blanket dropping, there's going to be bigger numbers involved in finding customers, because they don't know you, they don't trust you until you start to get to know them a little bit more, okay? Full-time catalogue weekly plan, so 400 catalogues going out daily. We've got 2,000 catalogues going out a week. You know, you're going to need to walk some miles here. Just think about all of those steps. Average sales from those 2,000 catalogues, we're finding, as a result, that's bringing in about £1,000 worth of orders a week. That, with regards to your income, you're looking at £900 for every 3 weeks, which, to be honest with you, is about on par with a full-time job. So, you know, a full-time plan gives you a full-time income if you commit to your plan and you follow the activities that you need to do. So the next part that we need to look at where we're going to go. So we suggest staying close to home. You know, it's time and cost effective. So print off a map of your area. Okay, you want to turn left or right initially, and just follow the road, say on the left-hand side or the right-hand side, and weave in and out of all of the little cul-de-sacs around you. And we're just going to then ripple out onto the next roads, and ultimately we're looking for 3 weeks' work, 3 areas that we want to concentrate on. So here we might concentrate week 1 here, week 2 here, and week 3 here. And we'll be able to plan then our future drops, so you'll know exactly which streets you're going to, how many catalogues you're going to need, and what you're going to cover each week, where you're going to go to. Now, a really good resource for this to help you to plan is the Royal Mail postcode finder. If you put the street name in, it will tell you how many houses there are on each road. So if you have got a full-time plan and you are looking for 2,000 houses, you can plan that particular area to cover 2,000 houses. So you'll know which roads you need to cover to do that. That's a really good, useful tool. Now, one of the biggest things when you're planning your areas, please don't prejudge the areas, the houses, or the people, because you will find customers in all areas. You've got to remember, in the start, you are building your reputation, so you just need to make sure that it's somewhere that you can make sure that you're being trustworthy and reliable and that you can get back to. Now, myself and Andrew, when we first started in our other business with catalogues, one of the biggest mistakes we did is we kind of thought, well, it's not going to work here. We're a little bit embarrassed about the whole thing, so we'll drive 5 miles away so nobody knows us. And you know what? That meant that every time we did it, we had to drive 5 miles there, 5 miles back. So please, I really would suggest keeping it close to home, make it time and cost effective for yourself. Okay, so what is it that you need to take? You need to make sure that you've got everything that you need to take with you. Have your catalogues. Obviously, they are tools for your business. Now, what we're suggesting is that you have a mix of new and old catalogues. So when you're blanket dropping, use some of the last campaign or the previous campaign catalogues to find new customers. Use new catalogues as they pop up and make sure anybody that is a customer is getting a brand new catalogue. Okay, so what that means is you might initially buy 200 catalogues in C11. Okay, you're going to use those for blanket dropping. You're going to top your catalogues up when it becomes C12, so you're going to have new C12s. Anybody that ordered from you in C11 is now going to get a C12 catalogue. As you continue to ripple out, you're going to continue using a C11 catalogues with the other C12s to find new customers. Then we get to the next campaign, you're going to buy some new catalogues that you're going to then put in for customers to get. You're going to continue to use your older catalogues then to blanket drop. One thing that you do need to remember with this is that some of the prices of the offers will change, okay? But for the price difference and the investment in catalogue, for the people that are following this system, they're building a customer base and they are finding it far more cost effective to do that than to continue buying and investing in 200 brand new catalogues every campaign to service their plan. It also means that you're not having a stop-start business, okay? So it means that you can continue to drop even if you're waiting for the next catalogues to come, because as we know, if you only put an order on once a campaign, you are waiting for that order to come with those catalogues before you can go and start. And some people are missing the first week before they can go and start, then they've only got 2 weeks left of the campaign. So it's a much more progressive, much more momentum building by doing this system, and people are having fabulous results finding those customers through this system. Now, if you are doing big numbers, we do suggest using a bag or a trolley. Lovely, nice pink one for you gentlemen. I know I purposely bought a pink one when we were going out just to see if Andrew would pull it or not. Make sure that you have that retailing book, your wet book with you, and a plastic bag to put it in, and a pencil because it always works best in the rain. Keep it nicely protected and the pencil doesn't run all down your page. Have a copy of the map, so print off that if you don't know the area. It's amazing actually, even if you've lived in the area for a long time, you will find little nooks and crannies, new streets that you didn't even know existed. So always have that map with you. Have a ruler with you. If you are popping slips through the door, don't put your fingers through letterboxes because sometimes there are little dogs behind that like to have a little nip. So make sure you use your ruler to pop your slips through the door. There we go. I've had my ruler snatched out of my hand a fair few times, and I'd rather the ruler than my fingers. Okay, so step 3, when we're delivering and collecting your catalogues. Again, this is a video showing you quite simply. Do it in a methodical order. You don't always have to start at number 1. Sometimes if it's a big long road, you might start in the middle and do 2 loops so that you can come back to your car. Make sure that you keep your records really neat. So just write it in the order that you walk. It might be that you start on, let's say on this example, Main Street, you go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and then suddenly you go into Church Close, okay? And you're going to go 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, and then you're back onto Main Street for a little bit. So just follow your wet book as you do when you drop. It'll make it much easier when you come back to pick up so that you can just go down the book in the order that you're walking that route. So some little top tips, do's and don'ts, okay? Get up early, get it done, and then the rest of the day is yours. Make sure that when you park, if you are taking your car with you, park in a sensible place for reloading your catalogues, and making sure that you are allowing access to people's properties. So make sure you're not blocking any drives. Make sure that you wear appropriate clothing. Even take a change of clothes. We've been caught before now in the rain or been hot, you know, take your sun cream, your sun hats. The weather does change throughout the day. Don't prejudge your houses. You know, the big posh houses will buy just like the scruffy ones do. We've talked about the pencil. Make a note in your book as well of any sold signs or any dogs, any little notes that you want to put in just as little reminders. If a house is empty and they've got a sold sign up, obviously miss them off this time, but look for somebody new moving in. Really good telltale sign is whether the house is empty or not is to have a little peep in the bin. If there's rubbish in the bin, somebody's still living there, they've not sold it yet. Talk to people in the gardens, you know, make that pleasant comment. You will be surprised, actually, they will be the ones that do buy. You know, you've only got to say, oh, isn't it a lovely day? Just pop in the catalogue through the letterbox for you. Just make it as if it's just something that's happening. You don't ask them if they want a book, because when we ask them, that's going to open up a no. All right. And always make sure that you walk with a smile on your face, because believe it or not, people are twitching at the curtains. They are watching you and you are building your reputation. So make sure that you have a reputation of a happy person that looks like they enjoy what they do. So when we do the collection, okay, we need to thank our customers for their orders. If you have everything planned out, you'll know when you're going to go and do your delivery. So it lets them know that you've got their order and that you are going to deliver it to them. When you go back the first time, you're going to slip. Okay, when you go back the next time, your straggler catalogues. Make sure that you introduce yourself, say your name, ask them for the catalogue back. Okay. Again, this is a good way of letting people know who you are and that you are committed and you are trustworthy and you are going back when you say you're going back. Now, we need to make sure that we are tracking our business. So we have a personal retail sheet where you can track each week on one sheet. It has all 3 weeks on it. So you can track, okay, Friday, I've dropped 150 catalogues. Saturday, I've collected 100 in. And that's given me £20 worth of actual retail today. I've dropped another 150 catalogues out on Saturday and now got 120 in on Sunday, which has produced me £95 worth of orders. On Monday, I've been and collected a further 65 in. That's given me £50. I wanted £200. That was my forecast for this week. I've come in with £165. At this stage, I'm off target. So then I need to make up and make sure I get myself back on target before it gets too late into the campaign. So make sure that you are tracking your business to keep yourself on your target that you've set for yourself. So make sure that you get the income that you want, okay? If you don't want to use this one, we also have our daily planner and tracker where you can plan your catalogues in, your catalogues out, and your sales, your personal sales today, so you can track through that. Also, it's, you know, one of the key things really is making sure that you're keeping really good customer record sheets. So we need to know the customer's house number, we need to know their name, their telephone number. The first order, if they ordered on our first drop, we're going to pop it in this column. We're going to build customers. So the first drop, we might have 2 customers. Then on the third drop, we go back to the same road, next 3 weeks, and we suddenly get customers on our second drop. We put the orders in this column. Then we go on to, our third drop. We'll get more customers that we go into the third drop. Once we've finished our 6 drops, that is then our customer base. That is our income producing asset. That is what we're going to continue to service. We've found our customers, we've done our legwork, and my oh my, there's so many benefits then to becoming customer based. You know, it's just fabulous. Okay, so What we want to do really is be adding customers every time to that street, you know, and build a solid customer base. Don't get flititis, don't keep going to another street thinking this street's no good. Build it up so that you've got a really good chunk of customers on that same road. So when you are doing your customer base, you go in and drop in 4 or 5 catalogues to each street, rather than one here and one over there and one over the other side. So we've got our orders, time to place our order. Again, we've got a video here showing you how to log on. You go onto your quick order, make sure that you're aware of your delivery schedule to make sure that you're going to be in when it arrives. If it's not where you're going to have it delivered, make sure that you've checked all of those things. And now the delivery's arrived and it's time to deliver those products. So just before that delivery arrives, make yourself a little delivery list so that you know where you're going and how much that order is. On the day of delivery, make sure that you then bag your orders up. Again, it shows you here bagging your orders up for your customers. You know, make sure that in your bag you've got your order form, you've got everything that you need for the customer. Make sure that you take a float with you so that you've got change. We do have little devices that can do card payments, but if you are dealing with cash, make sure that you've got plenty of change. And a really good way of helping customers know our products and experience our products is through our free samples. So when we first started, we used to pop maybe a couple of samples of the perfume, some of the skincare. We can get lots of free samples to help try new products as well. And deliver promptly, smile, build that rapport with your customers. You know, it is about building that relationship. I would suggest as well, you know, don't be frightened about asking customers if they want to join your business, if they do want to become a VIP customer and benefit from our VIP customer program and the rewards of the free gifts. And make sure that once you have delivered your products that you pay your Oriflame account off in full every time you put an order on. We put an order on each week, so we pay it off each week once we've collected and banked that money so that we've got it ready for the next one. Our big tip here is always to focus on the activity. The results will come. It will take time, you know, it's not a get rich quick scheme. It's not. You're going to need to put the work in, but once you have them, you are going to see the results. Now, one of the reasons that we get you to track your business is so that you can plan your pay. And one of the other reasons that we get you to track it is so that you can decide how much it is you want to earn from this business. You can use our income without a team sheet. I've renewed this. I'm going to pop it into the group later. Use this income without a team sheet, decide how much you want to earn every 3 weeks, then work your plan out to make sure that you hit that. Work out how much you need to retail, how many catalogues you do need to place, and keep a track of your averages, okay, because that's going to help you to plan further down the line. Just a couple of next steps, okay, so again, just reiterate, pay off that invoice. Repeat your process. You know, it is simply drop, collect, straggle, do your order, do your deliveries. It's that simple. Track yourself to make sure that in the start you hit your welcome reward program and you receive the bonus of your choice. Okay, so just a few top tips now on effective retailing, because it really is all about planning, knowing when, where and what you need to do. Your organisation is key, making sure that you have everything that you need ready to go and providing a great customer service. We always say stand out in the crowd, be that one that stands out in the crowd, do that extra little thing, okay? So being organised with the offline catalogues, make sure that you've ordered enough catalogues in plenty of time. We don't want to suffer from catalogue starvation, do we? And we always say, if you had a taxi business, you would have to fill it up for each fare with petrol, and you would have to do that again and again and again every time you took that fare. With this, your fuel to your business is your catalogues. Yes, in the beginning, you will invest in lots of catalogues. They're going to fuel your business. Ultimately, you are going to benefit from finding that customer base, going and servicing them, earning 20 to 30 pounds an hour and having that income producing asset. Make sure that your catalogues are presented really nice. Make sure that you change your plastic bags. People don't buy through a scruffy shop window. Make sure that you have plenty of those callback slips, and make sure you keep your wet book simple. Now, another top tip is to always check your orders for addresses. We've got back before now and seen that we have orders that have no addresses on and we don't know who they're for. If it's chucking it down with rain, just make a little note in your wet book, question mark or something if you can't see it, so that'll help you to find them. Always see if you can check for addresses. Okay, so some just tips for excellent customer service now. Nurturing your customers is essential to making your business grow. It really, really is. You need to ensure that the customer knows your name. A great way also to do that is to put, to have that on your day slip, use a logo, point out, look for the smiley face, then it's me. Get them to know you, have a little chat with them, provide them with a customer newsletter. Make sure that you smile, you build that rapport with them, you get to know your customers, comment on things. If they've got birthday cards in the window, then wish them happy birthday, get to know the dog's name or the grandchildren's names and things like that. I always write little notes in my wet book. The dog's name is, whatever it is, can't think of a dog's name now, Ben, Ruff or whatever. Just those little things make a difference. Having a loyalty card, some people use loyalty cards for our customers. Special offers that you can run, customers love special offers. If you spend £20 or more, you can choose any product for the value of £3 absolutely free. We've had some great special offers through the summer with our cherry lip balm and the eye primer, and all of those, we've been using them. The customers absolutely love that this summer. But it is all about going that extra little mile and doing those things for your customers. Making sure as well that you always say thank you. Don't take your customers for granted. One of the things that we do at the end of the year, we send a thank you letter. We let them know about what's going on at Christmas, but we thank them, and it's really important from time to time to do that in writing as well as doing it verbally. Just a few last tips then. Another idea that you can do is to put your photo on or your logo on your day slip. So making sure that that logo and that photo is on everything. We've talked about giving your catalogues to work colleagues, family and friends. Okay, just remember that success loves speed, but it is also about being persistent and consistent. So maximise the books that you've got. I'd suggest getting off to an early start, using some of your old catalogues as well for new areas that you're going to go to. We have a slip that says coming to your area soon, so you warm up the area, let them know that you're looking for consultants, let them know if they want to become a customer. These are some great slips that we've been using to build up maybe customers in between the customer base in areas. If you've got an older customer base, that's a great way to find new customers. And also now we've got this fantastic opportunity where we can have people join us to become a VIP. So this is a new slip that we're putting now onto our old catalogues that we're going out because we want to find Oriflame VIP customers. We ultimately want a business that is going to give us each money. And so moving into having the catalogues and being able to do that is absolutely fantastic. Ultimately, if we want to move that across into the online side of the business, we can now start offering our offline customers an online opportunity where they can order themselves when they want to. Now, Stuart talked a little bit about this with some of his customers. He is still going to drop them a catalogue and allow them to order themselves. But it's a fabulous way of getting those customers to start using the online side of the business. Ultimately, it is all about having that stickability. We've all had good pickups, we've all had bad pickups. You're going to go through the challenge that your sponsor's already gone through. For those of us that have been out blanket dropping, We know what it feels like, and that's what I love about the business. We know exactly what it is that you're going through. We've all had lost catalogues. We've all been in the rain, in the snow, in the hail. We've been out in the sun, and we've probably all come across other distributors. So it is ultimately about dealing with those challenges. You know, there's been binned books, there's been the victim elders, there's been the dogs' dinners, all of those things that we have dealt with. But you know what? We've survived to tell the tale, and now we have a fabulous customer base. Just remember, you are building your reputation. Give your customers the best service around. It's going to be so worth it. A customer base that's going to pay you £20 to £30 an hour, less time retailing, minimal catalogue loss, minimal stragglers, an income producing asset for life, and customers that are loyal to you. So that's the blanket drop-in. To add into that, you know, Kerry touched on it, but we can use our doorstep demos. Leslie Whittington had a fabulous result, 25 sets of the Swedish Spa set by showing this on the doorstep. Remember, when you're doorstep demoing the iBuys, you're showing, you're not selling. Remember to smile and just have a real simple script. Something like, I just want to show you this, what a great offer. Don't think the picture doesn't any justice at all. It's such a bargain. From £43 to £9.95. Just look at this, or just smell this. It's absolutely amazing. But don't forget to close. Would you like me to put you down for one while stocks last? Because they're not sure whether you're asking them to order it or not. Okay, so my suggestion to you all is use all the tools in your belt. Do the catalogues, do your doorstep demos, do your online, do your parties. Do whatever you can, but most of all, use your strengths. Become the expert in whatever it is that you decide to do, and focus on building that, because when we try to do too many things, when we try to catch too many chickens, we can't catch them all, can we? So become the expert, and really, it is as simple as that. The more we share your catalogues, the more you will earn. And I really hope that helps. Okay, so I'll hand over now to our leaders. Have we got any recognition, mid-campaign recognition? I'm just going to open the chat.
That was fab, Helen, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Helen, just was a brilliant training. Just on catalogues, we've had a message just there from one of the team, Paul Council. Yep. Posted 32 catalogues to customers. 3 still outstanding. 4 books wasn't looked at. 12 books were looked at, and a total of you had 13 orders, a total of £278 off 32 catalogues, and that just goes to show, you know, the power of building a customer base, doesn't it, and the power of the catalogue. So
yeah, I meant to put some results on there, really, because I know last drop of our last campaign, we put out. I think it was about 52 catalogues. We got 48 in, and we got £450 worth of orders from those catalogues. Wow. So it is just crazy, isn't it? You know, the orders are out there. It is really all about, you know, what it is that you want from the business, isn't it? So, and I just love the business. It's so flexible. We can choose from what kind of all these different rods in the pond, and we can go and become the expert in what it is that we want to do and how we feel comfortable with the business. So, you know, it's great to see everybody's building a business through Facebook groups, through lives, through catalogues, through presenting, through blanket dropping. It all works ultimately. So it is up to us, isn't it, to go make it work for us. Okay, so first up for recognition then, Jackie's put in first.
Hello. Hello. Thank you very much for that training, Helen. There's a few tips that we've picked up ourselves there as well, so thanks very much. I've got lots of recognition, so there's an exciting time for Team Shine. So first of all, I just want to start with a lady called Iriani Manoz. She joined last campaign, and she's really got stuck in this campaign. She's done the first welcome reward, She's got she's got 2 VIP customers. One of them's done £45. She also did her first home party was it last night or the night before? And she's got over £100 in orders, so that's how she's done a welcome reward. So I'm really pleased, Iriani, that she's done so well with that, and she's loving it. She's loving the products, and she knows that she's got to come out of her comfort zone to do these extra things and get the sales. So that's lovely. And another lady, Kerry Worsley, she's also got her first VIP customer, and she's also put through her biggest order as well. So it's amazing to see the team doing so well. The funny thing is, Kerry lives in Leeds, and she's actually moving to Milton Keynes at the end of the month. She's going to be right next to Oriflame.
Be able to pop in for a cup of tea. Yeah.
I'm very excited for Kerry, and Kerry's very excited as herself as well. I've got some special recognition from Mr. McCormick as well, because as you know, he's got his own account now for his own catalogue. So he's done his welcome award. So I want to say well done to Stephen, his welcome award, and also for having his first new team member as well. So he's recruited that lady all by himself. And she's joining, she's asking questions, and she's agreed to upgrading. So we've got more. A lady called Muscam. She's put her first order through today. She's very excited. Her first order was 86 BP, so she's very excited to actually get more orders now, so she can get her first welcome award as well. We've also got a lady called Nicola who's joined today, and I want to say well done, Nicola, for jumping on the Zoom as well. So I hope you've learnt lots, and well done for logging in and getting going with your group and your page. So it's very exciting for your first day. And last but not least, I've got some special recognition for Tracy Street. She's put through her biggest order tonight, and she's now our first beauty consultant bronze. So well done, Tracy.
Ooh, well done, Tracy. Is it Tracy that's on here? I can see it.
Tracy Street, yes.
Yay, well done, Tracy.
very, very close to having another Tracy do beauty consultant bronze as well. So, but massive well done to everybody that's worked so hard so far this campaign. The excitement is amazing. It's so good to see.
It's great, isn't it? When your team's excited, there's nothing better feeling, is there? Oh.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Oh.
That's me.
Everybody else got any recognition that they'd like to share? No, we've kind of run over a little bit on time, but we can always make a little bit of time for recognition. Joe?
Can you hear me all right? Because I'm on my phone. Yeah, I just want to give a real big shout out to Julie Edwards. She's got 3 promotions in the last week. I don't know how she's doing it. She's just on a roll. So she got bronze, obviously, straight away, and then silver, and then gold. And I know she's going to be at platinum in no time. She's like really leading her team. She's doing enough retail already to hit her platinum level. I just think she's going to fly through these. I'm so excited for her. Also, Annette, I didn't realise until the other day, she's gone out catalogue dropping again. And I know this is not a good thing for her because of her illness, but she's gone out and done it anyway. So I'm just super proud of her for getting out there as well. She supported me last week in hospital as well with my little girl. So I've kind of took her away from her business. So I feel a bit to blame for her not going up a level, but I know she's going to fly through them as well. So I just want to say well done to them too. Oh, and Janine as well. I forgot she got bronze as well. She didn't even know she did it. And she kind of works behind the scenes at the moment, but she flew straight to bronze as well. So I'm quite impressed with my team.
Oh, that's brilliant. It's I'm still struggling to try and find who's doing what on this new tracking system. It's really difficult. You do really well to just track everybody to what levels they're doing. That many names on that flipping list, it's just unbelievable.
I was just going to say that because they only got back last night as well. I'm trying to fathom a lot of stuff out, trying to see who's done what and who's word. It's been a bit tricky to see because I'm still trying to get my head around a lot of new stuff. But it's been brilliant. Everyone's just been amazing. But it's all exciting seeing everyone's promotions and everything all ready in just a week.
I know when you see people starting to move up the success plan, I'm more tempted to leave it till the end and just have a look at it all in the end. But it's lovely to see people getting recognised as it's going throughout the campaign and seeing people moving up the plan already. I know I caught that the Dan and Thomas have gone to Gold Consultant today, and I was like, oh my God. And it says it on there, and it shows you where it is. I've only just caught that today. I've not been able to have a look at anybody else. So it's going to be a fabulous once we get our head around it. It's just with anything, when it's new, it takes a little bit of time, doesn't it? So well done to all you leaders that are tracking all of that and knowing exactly where to as well. It's it's really good. Bev's next up for recognition.
Thank you, Helen. Sorry, I'm not going to put my camera on this evening.
It's okay, we can hear you.
Just want to say well done to Pamela Anderson, who has achieved her second welcome reward this evening. So she's working really, really hard, just talking to everybody she sees. And I know she's got catalogues and samples in beauty salons. So she's doing absolutely amazing. So well done, Pamela. And also Tracy Carter. She just hit last week, she just hit her third welcome reward. So just want to say a massive well done to her, working around her little girl and her full-time job. And Ori Diamonds, we've got so far 2 bronze consultants. First one is Tracy Carter. So amazing, well done. I'm so pleased for her, and she is so pleased. She was jumping up and down the day she did this. And to Sophie Bates. So well done to you, Sophie. And I just want to say well done to the whole of Team Ori Diamonds. They are working together. They are doing absolutely amazing. So well done to each and every one of you.
Can't wait to see the all the recognition, after the end of this campaign. There's already so many, isn't there, people moving up the pay plan, all these new titles that everybody's getting. It's just really exciting.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Oh, well done, Ori Diamonds. Absolutely shining. Sparkling. Has anybody got anything else that they would like to ask or recognise?
I've got a quick question. It's about the TBT next week.
Okay, is that Danielle?
Yes, it's me.
Hi, love.
What's the dress code, and do I need anything? And do we get a ticket, or do they just need to know my name?
A notepad and pen would be a really good idea.
Bought a new one.
Whenever I go to a meeting, I tend to kind of go smart, casual. I like to feel businessy. I think
that's what I thought, but I didn't want to go too overdressed or underdressed. So I thought I need to ask.
Yeah.
It is business dress, but then you will get people that will dress down. But it is as a code, they will say it's business dress. You always look nice anyway, Danielle.
You do.
And you just give your name in. There's like there'll be somebody there that you give your name, and they'll give you the goodie bag, and you can go through.
Perfect. Thank you.
That's the best bit, getting all your freebies. All the new products that are coming out.
They've got this new. I did put it in the chat. I'm not sure if you've seen it. There's a new Giordani foundation coming out that's liquid and it turns to powder. So I have got one, but it's the wrong shade for me. So I've not been able to wear it or demo it, but it's dead good. It's a really good one. I think it's on next catalogue. Is it next catalogue? I'll have a look, but it's being launched on the TBT, so I'm guessing you'll get one. I hope you get one anyway. They'll be there for you to see and try anyway.
Oh, brilliant.
Claire, are you going to share your results, what I've just seen on Facebook?
Yes. So, you know what? I wasn't even going to do this while I was on Zoom, but I'd got it in my head and needed to post this at night time because I wanted to get more people on, and I needed to do it tonight because I'm trying to get some party bookings. So put a post on Facebook and I'm getting loads of response from it. So what I've put is, I think the best way to get party bookings is to dangle the carrot type thing. So rather than just asking for a party host, because people can make assumptions as to what that is, because I cannot believe in the amount of messages that people are not getting what I'm telling them. So people will make assumptions on what that is. They're starting to understand me, but they don't realise what necessarily a Facebook party is. So I put who wants free product, basically. I'll share me post in the group. and I'm just getting inundated with people saying, yeah, they want free products, and I'm messaging them with a dead short message. So I'll read you the message I'm sending. So it literally just says, "Hi Louise, hope you're well. Okay, fab, I'm doing some 30-minute Facebook parties and giving away freebies. All I need from you is for you to be the host and to host an event on Facebook and invite your friends. The more sales you get on the night, the more freebies you get. We really want to aim for a minimum of £50 sales in order so that you can get the best products. It's very easy to do. Does this sound like something you want to give a go?" So I've had 2 come back and say, "I'm really busy." And I've gone back and said, "It doesn't take much time," but they've not come back to me. One woman has said, "Yeah, can you book me in for Monday tea time straight away?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, okay." And she said, Are you coming my house?" So I'm like, right, okay. Well, I can do you the house party if you want. So I'm trying to see what she wants. Or you can have a Facebook party. And 2 other girls have said yes. So I'm just sorting out a date with them. Another one has said, "I'm going to go and message some friends and see if they're interested." So my advice to them there is, I would literally set up the event first, invite the friends, and then send them a message, rather than giving them an option of whether they're interested type thing. So I'm waiting on response, but my phone's non-stop. So it's been a bit of a distraction on Zoom, which I didn't really want. I didn't intend on that. But I was trying to get, so I just thought I might get 1 or 2 people say that they wanted to do it. So do it, guys. It's really working. If you want to get some parties, yeah, she wants me to go with house because they don't understand Facebook. Okay. So I better get myself organised for my first home party on Monday tea time.
Oh God, how exciting!
Oh God, yeah. So yeah, it's really worked. Now I've advertised a couple of times this week for party hosts, and I've not had a big response, but this has worked. So I did put it on my story if people wanted a party host, and I did like a poll to see if anyone wanted information, and 2 people clicked it and said, yeah, send me information. So people are looking, they are intrigued, they are interested. And ideally, so the whole aim of this now is, I only really need to do this once or every blue moon to get a load of hostesses, and then it's on that party that I will find my next hostesses. Yeah. So it's kind of done for you then. You're going to use other people's people then. So let's give this a go, and hopefully the system will work. So yeah,
it's all going to be a little bit of trial and error and sharing our success, and
yes,
it'll be exciting. It's a whole new part of Looney, really.
Yeah, definitely. And you know what? It's like on one of the trainings I've been looking at, all we want to do is we only want to invite 50 people. There's a science behind why we only want to invite 50 people, no more, no less. Your aim is to get 25 of them to actually say yes, that they're going to go, and you'll probably get 8 to 10 out of them 25 actually go, and you might get 3 or 4 people that order, but them 3 or 4 people that order combined will make up your 50 quid that you want. So this is like kind of a science behind it. We don't need to have loads and loads and loads and loads of people. You're always going to have on any event, and even on your lives, on your things, you'd have your main customers that order big, that you meet to your sales, aren't you? And that's all you want. You're going to just get a few good customers that will become VIP customers and continue to buy from you. So yes, I will post that. I'll post what I've responded in the chat as well.
Annette's asked a question in the chat, Claire. She's put, are you giving freebies for those that are not getting over £50 samples, I assume? ?
Yeah, so what I'm saying is that we need to get £50 to get the free products. For me personally, if somebody goes and does a party and they get £30, £40, I have got lots and lots of products here. I will pop them a Tendercare or something to do that if I start to get about 30, 40. If I get close, although we're going to really encourage, because if they're close, if you've got 30, 40 quid, then come on, hostess, do you not want anything? You're going to get yourself some free products or whatever. We'll try and encourage that they get that 50 quid, but if they don't, then I will send them a little something. But I'm not putting it that we send them freebies in the system purely because we want this to be duplicatable, and I don't want new people to think that they have to put their own products in, their own money in the pocket for this to work. We've got the loyalty program, and that we're going to use that. That's going to be the freebies. So really, we want them to be getting £45 to get the first loyalty award, the loyalty program awards, the free gift. So that's what we're going to use. But if you want to throw in free products yourself to help with the sales, because it will help. There'll be loads of stuff like, for example, the lip plumper. When that's on sale for £2.95, that's a dead good popular product. If you're going to get that for about £1 odd, I would order a load in when they're on special and just send them out and things like that for people.
It's cheap enough to post something that small as well.
Yes, that's it. So I think it's maybe when we've got offers on of things that are good, just ordering, it's worth spending a tenner on ordering a load of stuff in to help with your parties, because you could do things like, for example, on the night of the party, the first 3 people that book a party are going to get a lip pump. Things like that. You can have these things that you can use to incentivize people, but that's your option. We can use the VIP system going forward.
Yeah. And let's just come back in the chat, Claire, with, I was thinking little samples just to say thanks for taking part if they don't make any money.
Yeah, if they don't get any sales whatsoever, then send them some samples.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And Jackie's put in the chat as well. Can we copy your post, Claire?
Yeah, of course you can, I'll use it, I'll copy it. I'm having people like other people in throughout the business message me saying, I'm just curious, what's that post about? So I'm like, I don't mind anyone using it, it's no problem. This is what I'm done. This is what I'm saying. So it's definitely got the interest. But what I'm made up with as well, it's not people I expected. Like half these people that have commented didn't even know I was friends with. And a lot of them are people that I've spoken to in the past about the business. So if they go and get a party booking and get sales, then it could make them want to join as well.
That's it. It's rare, isn't there, for them to become a consultant themselves then?
Yeah. Well, God, if you get someone who gets a load of sales, if you've got someone who's got about 100 quid, you're definitely going to say, God, look at all them customers you've got ready. You need to join and be a consultant.
And you got your welcome reward then for your net. Once they've got the 100 BP.
Yeah.
They're going to get that as a bonus prize then as well, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, exciting.
So, I'll use it. I'll copy it and let's see.
Danielle's done her post. Love it, Danielle. On it.
Brilliant. Good luck.
Oh, brilliant. Well, what a fabulous night. Loads of information there, guys. It's got a little later than we thought this evening. Had quite a lot to get through there. Oh, my word, it's 20 to 10. But thank you so much for attending. If there's nothing else that anybody wants to say, then we can call it a night, and we'll see you on Wednesday, I assume, Claire. We've got something on Wednesday.
Yes, we're going to do a Zoom on recruiting and understanding as well that we're all kind of starting our momentum all over again with recruiting with a startup kit. So don't stress if you've not recruited anyone instantly. We're going to talk about how it's going to take a little bit of time, getting our expectations and some tips and stuff like that on recruiting with the kits.
Oh, brilliant. Looking forward to that then on Wednesday. Put it in your diaries, guys. Okay. Right, so we call it a night.
Yep, okie dokie. See you all soon.
Brilliant. See you all soon. Bye now.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.